Thank you. I will stay here because of the slide. Thank you. I'm honored to be here, and it's so challenging to be after your two lectures. You were very touching and inspiring. So I will not speak about Gaza. I will speak about something else, about refugees. But you can put any population, or it's not about only refugees, but my lectures will be on it. So I will put my glasses. You can see my age from. So, okay, I will start explaining why I chose this topic. Last year, as part of my master's studies in emergency management in Tel Aviv University, I volunteered for a year in an organization that supports African refugees and asylum seekers. They were mostly from Eritrea and Sudan. Many of the people I met there were experiencing severe trauma before migration, during their journey, and even after arriving to the host country. But alongside these traumas and suffering, I noticed and I was witnessing something that was something else, like resilience, hope, and growth. And that experience touched me, and it was moving for me. And I asked myself, what helps refugees, but people in general, grow after such an immense suffering in their lives? And what allows some of them, maybe not all of them, but some of them develop strength and purpose and meaning? And that question became the final paper that I put in my studies, and I will share some of the insights from the studies and research that I met there. So I will put the slide. I hope it will work. Yes. I will speak about numbers, the global refugee context. We have over 122 million forcibly displaced people worldwide. And among them, there are 43 million refugees who are known as refugees that fled war and violence and sexual abuse that are, displaced in other places. Refugees the research shows that refugees have high rates of PTSD mostly, and depression, anxiety, and other mental problems. But also we can see in recent studies that there are also growth and resilience among them. So I will speak about this is the post-traumatic growth. I will say it maybe sometimes PTG as a smaller word. So what is the post-traumatic growth? It's a positive change, a psychological positive change that occur after trauma. The two psychologists who were named Tedenchi and Calhoun, I hope that I spelled their names right. They are researchers who spoke about PTG. So they say that there are 5 core areas that PTG occurs in them. The first one is relating to others. It's the ability to make deeper relationships and empathy. The second is the appreciation of life. It's the change priorities that people have after the trauma. The personal strength is the inner resilience that people had after that. And the fourth one, the new possibilities. It's being open to new paths. And the 5 is the spiritual change. It's sometimes the renewed or transformed beliefs that happened. PTG doesn't mean that the trauma didn't happen. It means that something meaningful is growing inside it. It's going beside each other. So I will start to speak about the factors. What helps? What are the factors that promote PTG? There are personal characteristics that I will speak about them in a second. Social and spiritual support, and Last one is post-migration environment. Okay. So we'll start with the personal characteristics. So the hope is known as the most significant predictors of PTG. Refugees who maintain belief in the future and set meaningful goals report higher levels of growth. Even imagined hope can become a real strength. It doesn't have to be, real one, but imagined hope, it can be also a real strength. So the most, for me, was very interesting is the education and how it is linked to the levels of hope. It suggests that people, refugees who have access to learning, or they are coming with prior education, it doesn't have to be, having access in the host country, feel more confident in setting new goals. And with that, they are better equipped to rebuild after the displacement. So education is very linked to hope. And we see also that hope is really a bridge between a positive resource like education, but it can be also other resources, and the potential for post-traumatic growth and the positive change that can be with it. So hope, it's not a passive emotion, it's a very active force that helps the people and refugees adapt, rebuild, and grow. So if we want to make a change in their lives or a meaningful way, it's helping them rebuild the hope in the environment that we are with people who are struggling with trauma. Because when we nurture hope, we open the door to healing, to recovery, and to transformation. The other thing that is also about characteristic, a personal characteristic is the coping styles. Research shows that problem-focused coping, like actively trying to solve or change a situation that is stressful, is positively linked with growth. But also cognitive reframing, changing how one thinks about the trauma, is also helping in finding the meaning in the hardship and is also promoting the growth. So why does it happen? Because, why does these two things or maybe other active coping help the refugees in finding the growth? Because taking an active role in finding solution in challenging ways help us or help the people boost or make the self-efficacy and self-control in a way that it promotes their ability to getting support and to rebuild their life and connect with others. So the active coping skills, it helps people in finding their way to growth. The second thing is social and spiritual support. We know that refugees, the community, the strong family and social ties are very important and a deep source of strength for them. So when refugees were able to stay connected with their families and network or create new ones in the new community, it gives them a better experience of a more post-traumatic growth. So being a refugee sometimes, it's very challenging for them to rebuild, a new connection because they are alone. It's a loneliness. It's very lonely. No, it's not very lonely. It's challenging for them to find sometimes new bonds because they have already lost many of their families before arriving even to the host country. So there are challenging, they have challenges in finding new people, and sometimes the trust isn't it's not their strength in that place. So if we want to talk about growth, we must talk about the connection. We must help the community and the families of the refugees have the new networks or even rebuild the old ones, like bring them together in the same place. Sometimes, even I think I saw it also in Tel Aviv. Sometimes they put, the same community, but in different places and very far away. So as policy developers, we have to put them in a place that they can connect and rebuild the network, because it's very important for their growth. About religion and spirituality. We know that many refugees that are coming from culture where religion is very important in their lives, and it's not, different or separate from life. So the faith itself, I think we spoke also about it, provides meaning, resilience, and emotion support for them. And we can see that the religious practices like prayer, rituals, are both expression of growth, but also it's drives of the growth itself. So it's important in that mean to encourage that practices. And faith doesn't erase pain. We don't speak about that, but we see that faith give it a form and give it a meaning. And okay, we can see the slide, but I will. And we must include spirituality in trauma recovery efforts, because sometimes in secular countries, maybe we don't see the importance of faith and the healing power of faith. So we must take it in our recovery interventions. The last thing is the post-migration environment. Being in the new country is not the end of the story. Sometimes it's the beginning of a new challenges for the refugees. And we can see that daily stressors like unemployment, isolation, discrimination are impacting the mental health and make the growth very far away. We can also see that refugees with legal status and access to work and to education affect recovery, and they have more psychological recovery in their lives. And also the social integration. If we can have refugees experience more social integration and active participation in the new community, even the possibility to contribute and to volunteer in the new place, it's promote resilience and growth. So policies in host countries play a key role in supporting growth. They really matters. And if we want to really help and support the growth of the refugees, we have to support the connection, the dignity, and the opportunity, which help that growth will become possible in their lives. The last, so what we can learn in a few sentences, that hope can grow in darkness. Pain and growth can coexist. It doesn't have to be one of them. The growth is actually the carrying of pain with strength and hope. And healing, like I spoke before, needs connection, meaning, and faith. And we must help create the environment for growth. So we have to remember that hope is not something we wait for. It's something that we build, and it's our responsibility to bring it to our people. So thank you.